If you're searching for a way to get rid of your anxiety, look no further. My name is Wayne Kelly, and I'm going to show you how to get rid of your anxiety forever.
If you're like most people who suffer from daily anxiety, you're looking for a way to get it under control, or better yet, get rid of it completely. You've probably already tried a number of things to help, but nothing ever gives you the relief that you're so desperately looking for.
How do I know? I suffered with a severe anxiety disorder for 40 years. I experienced anxiety every single day of my life since I was a kid, all the way up until I was in my 40s.
Growing up, I was filled with anxiety anytime I had to speak in class, and I would freeze up when called on by the teacher. I would even pretend I was sick on days where I had to present a project to the class. I had anxiety if I had to talk to girls, and I would get an anxiety attack anytime I had to play team sports or attend a party with kids I didn't know very well. I spent a lot of time alone at home just so that I could avoid feeling that intense anxiety. Though I did my best to hide my anxiety from others and appear normal like the other kids, the anxiety was always burning inside me.
Fast forward to when I was an adult, the anxiety continued to get worse.
All the jobs that I ever had caused a lot of stress, and I would feel anxiety welling up inside as I would go to work each day. At night, I had trouble going to sleep, and then in the middle of the night, I would wake up with stressful thoughts about work and couldn't go back to sleep because the anxiety would keep me awake. My anxiety was really bad. If I had to get gas for my car, I would only stop at a gas station if there weren't any other people already there getting gas. I would go grocery shopping late at night because there would be less people in the grocery store. I had to make myself go out with friends on weekends so I felt like I had some sort of a life. But I was always filled with anxiety the whole time that I was out. I felt as if I had trouble breathing most of the time, and panic attacks, well, they felt like I was having a heart attack. There were times that my anxiety was so bad that I would just be frozen, unable to make any decisions, just wanting the anxiety to go away. I self-medicated with alcohol and cigarettes to try to feel better, but ultimately, they just made me feel worse. Prescription drugs from the doctor didn't help much either. They just made me feel like a zombie, and I just wanted to sleep all of the time.
Until recently, there wasn't much out there in the way of information on how to cope with anxiety, let alone how to get rid of it. I desperately searched the internet for answers, but there really wasn't much out there.
But for years, I kept searching, and little by little, I was finding information from different sources on what causes anxiety and what the corrective treatments were for those causes of anxiety. Some of the causes and treatments were really surprising.
After years of research and years of trial and error, I got rid of my anxiety. I figured out how to beat it. I got rid of it completely. Today, I am anxiety-free.
Now, I know that nowadays there are a lot of books and a number of programs out there about anxiety. I'll be honest, I haven't read all the books or looked into all of the programs, partially because I don't need to, since I already know how to get rid of anxiety, regardless of the cause of it in any person, but also because the books that I have read and the programs that I have looked into, they don't do one thing.
They don't get rid of your anxiety. Virtually everything that I have come across talks about anxiety and explains some of the causes, but nothing about getting rid of it, especially not guaranteeing that they can help you get rid of it.
It's mostly information about how to cope with anxiety, how to momentarily ease the effects of your anxiety, or how to spend years doing things that you may not enjoy doing in an effort to maybe get rid of your anxiety. A couple of the programs I have seen even seem pretty sketchy, such as claiming that listening to specific music will help get rid of your anxiety. I can tell you, in all of the years of my research, I have never seen a study that stated you can get rid of your anxiety simply by listening to music. It sounds great, but it's not possible.
Since there are a number of reasons why you might have anxiety, there are a number of ways that you can get rid of it, but nobody had designed a program that covers all of that information. Well, until now. When I got rid of my anxiety and realized that I really was successful in getting rid of it for good, I decided that I needed to help others who were suffering from anxiety as well.
I decided that I had to put all the years of my research, all the years of my personal trial and error, and all of the knowledge that I had accumulated into a book or program that would potentially help millions of people get rid of their anxiety too.
So that's exactly what I did.
I wrote the Be Anxiety Free Now book and then added additional materials to create the Be Anxiety Free Now program. If you take a look at the information listed below this video, you'll see more information on what you'll learn with the Be Anxiety Free Now program. You'll get a great insight into how virtually every possible cause of anxiety is covered in the book and program, along with every way that you can overcome each of those causes. You'll see why current conventional treatments are failing and how some can be dangerous or even deadly. For example, the British Journal of Psychiatry published a recent study that states several specific anxiety disorders were observed to increase the risk of natural and unnatural causes of death. Acute stress reaction, generalized anxiety disorder, post-traumatic stress disorder, and social phobias more than doubled the risk of dying from an unnatural cause of death.
I found that shocking. You should too.
Meanwhile, the use of anti-anxiety drugs in the United States increased by 34% in the year 2020 alone. What's really scary is that among the many different side effects of these anti-anxiety drugs is the increased risk of suicidal thoughts and behaviors during the first few weeks of use.
I personally know about many of these side effects because I was prescribed some of these drugs while I had anxiety, and let me tell you, they are not fun. Luckily, there is a better and safer way with the Be Anxiety Free Now program.
Read the information below this video and you'll see just a partial list of all the benefits that you can receive when you get rid of your anxiety. You'll feel free and unburdened while feeling more motivated and enthusiastic to do more things in your life. Are you ready to free yourself of all your anxious feelings and endless worrying? Are you ready to be more productive and successful in your life? Are you ready to stop feeling overwhelmed by your life and start feeling like you can do anything that you want? Are you ready to save thousands of dollars on therapy bills and anti-anxiety drugs? If the answer is yes, then it's time for you to put the Be Anxiety Free Now treatment program to work for you and get rid of your anxiety and all of its symptoms for good. Guaranteed.